What is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy Note series for 2022. We're going to be breaking it down into 5 things that I think are essential that you need to know about these phones. And I also want to touch on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra and this new Note 22 Ultra that's coming out. That phone will have the built-in stylus, so that phone technically will make its way over to being a Note series slash S series phone. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's start off with the price of these Note phones. So as far as value wise, I would say the Galaxy Note 10 Plus is going to be the best phone for most people, because I realize most people want a big phone, even though I really like the Note 10 as far as the size factor goes. This just beats it in battery life, and overall it's got the 1440p display, and it still retains that SD card support, and it comes in at about 400 bucks. Or below if you can find. I'll put the link down below, but you can get it for a little bit below if you shop on eBay. But this phone has been phenomenal. I've dropped a ton of videos on it. There's nothing that these Note 10 series phones can't really do. So they still have all the flagship bells and whistles. So like if you guys have seen the gaming test, I was extremely surprised. The Note 10 Plus blew through every game that I threw at it. Fortnite 60 frames, PUBG high, Call of Duty high. It did an excellent job, and I think these phones still retain an excellent design. I mean, everyone who's commented on the channel loves this edge-to-edge display. It's about 91% for the edge-to-edge display on this phone. I think it just gives it a really nice timeless look, and also you get that really cool psychedelic color. And I'm actually kind of sad Samsung kind of moved away from this sort of boxy shape. Because if you look at the S21 Ultra, it's kind of got like a curved shape. This one, it goes to a more boxy shape, and I absolutely love it. So that is one thing. The prices are just awesome on these phones. The Note 9, I think, still competes very well with the Moto G series phones. If you want a cheaper built-in stylus option, the Note 9 does a really great job with that. And also the Note 10 coming in at that around $300 price point. So the prices on these phones are just absolutely awesome. And now what the first problem we come to with the Note 20 Ultra is that this phone comes in brand new for 1,200 bucks, and even if you go on eBay, it's still pretty expensive. I don't know about you guys, but I would not pull the trigger on this phone right now, solely because the S22 Ultra is going to have the built-in stylus just like the Note series phone, so it's technically going to be a Note phone now. So I would not pull the trigger on the Note 20 right now, because that is looking to be the Note 22 Ultra is looking to be, most likely one of the best phones of 2022. So it'll be really exciting, and it would suck to buy that phone for about $1,000, and then the Note 22 Ultra comes out and you spent $1,000 already on an older phone. Still a good phone, but an older phone nonetheless, right? We need to talk about software updates as well. So you guys know the Galaxy Note 9 is in its security patch stages, and then we have the Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. Android 12 is rolling out very soon for these phones. That'll be the last major OS update, and then you get 3 years of security patches for these phones. So after that, they'll be in the security patch stages. The Note 20 Ultra will be getting the Android 13 update, and then it will be in its security patch stages. So that's kind of one of the things about Android, is that as far as security patches and updates and stuff like that, it doesn't do as good of a job as Apple. You guys know the iPhone 6s is still running iOS 15. So that's one of the good things about Apple, having that hardware integration and software integration together. But with Android, it's just a little bit messier, and that's one of the things about it. But honestly, I would say for the price to spec ratio, honestly, would be perfectly fine using these phones, with Android 12 just on security patches. It's not a big deal compared to the budget and mid-range options that you get. I still think these phones do a much better job. And honestly, my OnePlus 7 Pro that you guys know I still use as my daily driver, this is also in its last major OS update, and then it'll be in the security patch stages. And honestly, I don't really care. I'm going to use the phone until I find a phone that is worth upgrading to me. But yeah, that's one thing to note, software for those who care about that. All right, number 3 is gaming performance. So if you are going to buy an older Galaxy Note phone, just know one of the highlights with these phones is really the gaming performance. So just like we saw, if you watch the full gaming test for the Note 10, Note 10 Plus, I do have one for the Note 9. These phones do an awesome job with gaming, especially if you go for the Snapdragon 855 and up. You know, at these prices, you're playing pretty much any game at high settings. Fortnite 60 frames, PUBG, you know, very high frames, pretty much maxed out. Call of Duty maxed out. It'll play pretty much anything maxed out, and you'll just have a great time with gaming on these smartphones. So that is definitely one thing that I really love about older flagship phones, is that the chipsets are still very powerful here. So definitely take that into consideration. And next would be obviously buying these phones for the Stylus. And if you guys have never used a Note phone, a lot of people I notice like to use this for digital artwork and stuff like that. I mostly use it for like at the grocery store. Like before you go to the grocery store, you just jot a bunch of stuff down, because I'm one of those people that always forget stuff at the grocery store. So it's just really easy and convenient to just start writing stuff down and just make a little list. The pen is really precise, but I've seen on YouTube people do crazy stuff with this pen as far as digital artwork, as far as drawing and stuff like that. You can do some really great stuff with that. Also, Samsung, I think, has the most polished and refined as software, as far as like, you know, these features that I can use with my Galaxy Note phone here. I think Samsung does it the best here. You have your screen write, live messages, AR doodle, translate, and then I can add all these shortcuts as well too. And it shows me my battery life on my Stylus as well too. So the Stylus does charge with the phone. So that's why I prefer it more of a built-in experience, because you can buy a Galaxy S21 Ultra. Like, this phone is compatible with the Stylus phone. So if I take the Stylus out of here and start using it on here, I'll get all the same features, but it's not built in, and you have to buy a bulky case for it, and you might not like having that super thick case on your phone. So, you know, that's one thing, but I really do like having the built-in Stylus, and overall it's just really nice to navigate sometimes too. I think one of the most things I use this for is, like, if I'm on an application where I'm scrolling, instead of like the constant like flickering like this, I found it more comfortable to just scroll with the pen. It just seems more comfortable to me for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I really prefer to do it. Like, if I'm going to be doing something like this, scrolling for a long period of time, or like on the web, then this is more comfortable to me than using my finger. Now, another question that I get a lot, and I guess we'll end on this note, is image quality. I actually think all of the Galaxy Note phones, since I've been comparing them, even to the S21 Ultra, I think these phones still holds up really well as far as image quality. Now, of course, they're not going to do all the crazy, you know, zooming capabilities of that S21 Ultra, and I just think the photos just came out really solid on these phones. I think that they have aged so well. So as far as image quality, I think old flagships get like a bad rep. I think that once a phone, like a new version of a phone comes out, I guess the marketing they do just makes it seem like the new phone is just gonna be so much better than the older flagship phone. That's really not the case. Yes, they are better, but if you're like a real like pro, you take a lot of photos and stuff like that, most people really won't even notice the difference. And I noticed that from just comparing the older iPhone to the newer iPhones. Most people really could not, you know, barely tell the difference. I think the biggest change that they've done with new flagship phones is really just the low light capability. I think they've made a big you know, strides in that, but other than that, if you're in good lighting, a lot of people won't be able to tell the difference, honestly, if you're a casual shooter. So I think all these phones, just, you know, using them all, you know, for last year, I think these take phenomenal photos still, and you guys can should be seeing some images. Yeah, I just think they're great photo and video takers still to this day. So that's pretty much it, guys. Be sure to let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.